and welcome back. Today on Martian Robots, you got me, Oggy, and the Maestro.
El Maestro. What's up, everyone? Just the two of us, man. Just the two of us.
It's nice to be back after being on the road.
Yeah. Our infamous is out with a migraine.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that guy. He needs to hydrate more or something.
We're holding down the fort. Yeah, I think he had a little too much action going on with the Super Bowl party.
Yeah, it happens.
I don't even know if it was him drinking too much. I think he was just kind of spread too thin. He had a bunch of people in the house, and I think he needed to entertain.
Yeah.
It was a little overwhelming. He was like running around like a chicken without his head, you know. But it was a great party, man. I really had a lot of fun.
I didn't make it. I ended up at a bar, and I just stayed there. Like, I gave somebody a ride to the bar.
Yeah.
And I ended up just staying there.
You crashed out in the truck on the parking lot?
No, I left afterwards and hung out, but
cool.
Yeah.
At the Chop House?
The Chop Shop.
Oh, the Chop Shop.
The Chop House. Good old Chop House.
The Chop House.
Simi Valley Chop House.
Sorry.
That's cool.
I get my chops a little confused here.
So have you been boarding this year yet?
No, but this seems to be the winter to be doing it.
Yeah.
And I feel like every day that goes by is like another day
What
lost that we're not taking advantage of this snowfall that we're getting here in Southern California.
I have to go pay a speeding ticket out in Kern County.
Yeah.
And I want to go tomorrow, and I think I'm just going to bring my snowboard.
What time are you going to go?
I don't know. I'm going to try to leave like 9.
Yeah.
So go take care of that ticket first. And then after that.
Where would you go boarding? I might go with you, man.
High.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds fun.
No.
Well, you know, it's like snowboarding in the last couple of years, I think because Mammoth bought out Big Bear.
Yeah.
It just seems like unless you got some really great angle on getting free tickets or super discounted tickets, like it's so freaking expensive now.
Yeah, I couldn't believe how much
like
Big Bear was.
Like over, I think it was like over $100 now or close to $100.
That's fucking crazy. You know what I found out today? I went to visit my buddy. He just moved back to town. His daughter's 2 years old.
Yeah.
She was wearing a Mammoth Mountain shirt, sweatshirt.
Yeah.
So he was telling me, he's like, dude, okay, so the adult sweatshirts are like $50, $60, right?
Right.
The kid sweatshirts, which are tiny, and they wear them dude, they're worth $30
Oh my God.
For 1/3 of the sweatshirt, 1/4 of the sweatshirt. That's crazy.
It bugs me to no end what places charge for merch, you know, the hoodies and the t-shirts, or whether it's a band or a concert, or like you were saying, like Mammoth Mountain, because, you know, for many, many years as a hobby, I had a screen printing. I still have it, but I have a screen printing shop in my garage. And I've done, you know, hundreds and hundreds of clients and, you know, printed t-shirts and hoodies. And I know how much that stuff costs.
Yeah. So first fucking hand.
It's like when you're faced with, you know, going to a concert and paying $40 for a t-shirt that you know for a fact costs less than $2 to buy, you know?
Yeah. To make.
Yeah. And to get out the door. I mean, to make it, you know, maybe in your garage, it's like $4 or $5. But yeah, I mean, the places that they're getting them printed at, you know,
are big industrial print shops.
I mean, where they're printing thousands at a time, where it does bring the cost down to about $2 a shirt.
So,
or even less.
Actually, you know what? I have a friend who has a big print shop in the Valley.
Yeah.
For t-shirts.
Yeah.
I just started making those off-market concert tees and go to concerts.
The bootlegs.
Hire some black guys. Get some duffel bags. Yeah. I should put that into business.
Yeah, well,
it's a good idea.
You know, the bootleg concert shirts have been getting better and better, I must say, over the years.
I always preferred the bootleg over the actual concert shirt. You know what I mean?
Well, they're actually kind of getting pretty good lately. They brought back the style of the baseball raglan. You know, the three.
That's
quarter,
what I like.
The 3/4 sleeve baseball shirt. And I don't know. I just remember when I was a kid, like I think I have an old Rolling Stones bootleg from like 1981, and that thing, the day we brought it home, it was like the picture was already like on the side of your chest, you know?
Yeah.
It would just get so fucked up and so skewed. Like if you dared to throw it into wash in the dryer, I mean, say goodbye to it. It was just gone.
I forget which concert it was, but once I brought one home, and literally the next day the picture had like fell off the t-shirt.
They didn't run it through the curing dryer.
Yeah, serious. But sometimes you bring them home and they last forever.
Yeah.
Literally.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like these new bootlegs.
I still have fucking concert bootleg tees from like 2003, 2004.
Yeah. Well, the ones that they're printing now, I mean, they're even better. I mean, I think they're almost the same quality. But the funniest thing is that the bootlegs in the parking lot, it always works out where like I will love one side of the shirt. Like I'll be like, oh damn, that's dope. Like the front side looks totally cool. And then they flip it around and I'm like, oh fuck, man, you just printed that like right out of the newspaper. Like it just looks like the exact newspaper ad printed on the back. And I'm like, man, I would have just bought that shirt if you just left it alone with just the front.
Yeah.
But it always looks like shit on the back. I don't know, man. Yeah. So anyway, man, I brought some shoes in here.
Oh,
we were admiring.
shoes.
Yeah. So there's a member of the team on the Infamous Chronicles who's a big Puma collector. And so I had to bring in some of my old Puma collection. But
so sneakerheads. I hope your ears are ringing.
I'm a reformed former sneakerhead and thankfully not in collecting currently. So
the Maestro's got some hot sealed up Pumas from what year? Like when or around what time? These are old, right?
Yeah,
here.
These are definitely, I don't know, at least 20 years old.
Boom. Size 12, they're for sale. Get at us. He's got them for sale. Him himself is
There's a couple pairs that might be for sale, but I don't know. I'm looking at these Pele shoes from, I don't know, maybe they were 10 or 15 years ago. They made these, Brazil color Pele Pumas that are
super
sweet.
clean.
Yeah.
Green stripe on the side.
White leather. Green.
The yellows. The inside's yellow, so you barely see it out the top. It's clean, dude.
Yeah, they're pretty fresh. I mean, the colorway, of course, is like very similar to like the Seattle Supersonics or, the Oakland A's, the white, yellow, and green, which is a classic colorway. We're catching Oggy Roxon mid yawn right now. He's just woken up. He's like a hibernating bear.
Yeah, I've been on the road a lot lately, so I've been trying to catch up on my sleep. So I was tired at like 6 o'clock.
Yeah,
because it was a long weekend, long weekend.
Yeah,
it was my cousin's 30th birthday on Thursday, so we had like a family thing and then partied Friday, and then I got up early and got my grandma's 85th birthday ready, and then literally,
where was all this taking place?
Yeah, Simi Valley and Thousand Oaks.
Oh, okay.
And then, so I got her party ready, and then literally started manning the grill. So whole party long, I have a hole in the bottom of my shorts and holes in my armpits in my shirt because I was just going to get it ready. I didn't bring clothes to change into. I was told, hey, let's go get ready. Let's go get the party ready. Come back and change and go back. So here I am.
Some extra sweat on that grill.
Yeah, looking like a fucking asshole. Burning tortillas.
Yeah.
Good times. Love you, Grandma.
Here's some extra sweat on that tortilla for you.
Yeah, good times. Yeah, hair just everywhere,
Yeah.
Out of it. Had been out the night before till like 4 o'clock.
Jeez.
Good times. We had a limo for 12 hours.
Wow.
What a night.
Man, you should have called me at the radio station, man. Those are like my regular hours now. I'm working now like 2 to 6 a.m. It's crazy.
I didn't know how to operate a phone then.
Yeah.
I couldn't operate a phone.
I know. So you've been on the road. Where were you traveling? And we're going to get back to talking about the shoes in a minute. But
I went to Seattle for work.
Speaking of Seattle Supersonics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I also went to San Mateo.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fabulous San Mateo,
Where is that again?
Right next to San Jose.
Oh, right.
That's
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So not too far.
I recall that because I had driven through there recently.
Really? Where were you headed?
We, a buddy and I were up there for the Black Sabbath concert.
Oh,
A few months back. We went up to Oakland, and then we were just driving around San Jose and all around there.
It's a pretty cool city.
Yeah. There's some good places to eat up there. There's some really cool vibes up there. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The only place we were eating up there was Burger King. Because it's right around the hotel.
What
the
a
corner
waste.
from the hotel. Well, we go for work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We start literally.
If it's a mile off the freeway, it's
fair game. Literally around the corner from the hotel
and
around the corner from show site. So it's like on the way. So we always stop there.
Cool.
Yeah. Good times.
Good
times at the BK.
Lugging clothes.
Yeah. Shooking them. Shooking them off the truck.
You called me that morning, I think, when I just gotten back from the radio station, and I probably would have gone with you for a few extra $100, just some quick cash. You needed an extra hand. Man,
Yeah,
I was I was dead to the world. I needed to like get inside and get into bed.
I've been there.
I was so tired.
We had 2 guys bail last minute for
Really?
load up. Yeah, that was pretty neat.
So did you get through that? I mean,
Oh yeah, but we just did it with 3 guys instead of 5.
oh man.
Yeah, and then we needed an extra truck. It was fucking shenanigans. It was a good time at the workday.
Right.
It just was more like everything that could have happened.
Everything that could go wrong. Did
Yeah,
go wrong.
to the point where my boss was driving a small box truck up
Right.
that way, and she was going through a canyon. There was a rock slide. There was a huge explosion, and a rock hit the window at the same time, right?
Oh shit.
So we brought the truck back to the rental place,
Yeah.
and we saw that the tire had exploded.
Oh wow.
So the bottom of the tire, there was like an inch across from each other, and there was 2 holes diagonal from each other.
Oh shit.
Yeah. This tire had just been blown up. Luckily, the truck didn't have too much weight in it.
Right. And
Yeah.
she was able to maintain control.
Yeah, because
Wow.
it's a dually, you know what I mean, in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
back. So a double tire.
Wow.
But the window was
They didn't try
literally.
to charge you for.
Oh, I'm sure they did. I'm sure they charged her.
They're renting you defective trucks though.
No, it's because there was a
Yeah.
rock slide, and
Yeah.
the rocks came down, and she ran over a rock,
Oh, okay.
and then the rock hit the windshield at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah, so we drove back through that canyon the next Saturday, and huge, massive boulders. Massive boulders, dude.
Right.
Crazy. I don't know if that means there's an earthquake coming or what, but there was a lot of rock slides.
No, I mean, wasn't it because of the
probably
rain?
because all the rain, huh?
Yeah, I mean, there was
that's
a
good
big
point.
block on Topanga Canyon, I think, as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think it was
I think it was the same
closed
day.
down for like a week or something.
Yeah, it's crazy how many like homes fall down into Topanga Canyon, and all those canyons actually,
Yeah.
the Hollywood Hills.
Well, that happened like just last week, I think, in Laurel Canyon as well. Like that
Yeah.
dude's whole freaking backyard
Yeah.
like slid down. I can't even imagine.
That's nuts.
Yeah. That's some loose dirt.
Don't buy houses on stilts.
No.
Well, no matter how much you compact it, because I used to do construction.
Yeah.
No matter how much you compact it, like it's still going to loosen up. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can compact and compact. The earth's going to shift and move and do it.
Well, all those houses, I mean, they lay down cement foundations, but it's like,
Well, I'm talking about the underage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those poles and shit.
right. But aren't they drilling that down into like the bedrock?
Now they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know how many years they started that ago, but
I mean, they're not just pouring cement
Once-
into like dirt. You know, they got to like pour that into something stable.
yeah. But I'm sure once upon a time they didn't put that much thought. You know, those houses, the ones that fall,
Yeah.
were built before they were drilling down in the bedrock. Because, like, I've worked on big homes where you got to drill down like 30 foot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to have a guy down there with a bucket and be pulling it out with
Right.
all the dirt, and like it could cave in at any minute. Sketchy. You know?
I don't know, dude. It's funny because
So we did at the Kloonster's house, Clooneyville.
the day of the Women's March after the inauguration, I was going to Bob Coburn's memorial, and they had closed Las Virgenes, and so I had to like take these side canyons through like I think it was Los Flores. Have you ever driven Los Flores Canyon
No, I
through
never heard of
Malibu? And so eventually I knew it was going to dump out somewhere on PCH, but I mean, man, that canyon was freaking crazy.
Really?
Like, not only were their hairpin turns everywhere, like I'd say the average speed people were doing through that canyon was like 15 miles an hour.
No shit. A lot of
Crazy.
motorcycles?
I didn't see too many, but like, yeah, it was just like every other turn was like a hairpin turn. Like you could not take this stuff too fast, you know?
Wow.
But then I was like also noticing when I could have a second to glimpse off, like I was like so white knuckled, like, just trying to keep my eyes on the road. But I did notice that like some of these homes, because this canyon was like just straight drops down,
Oh, no
but
shit.
people still built homes. Like it was just this huge slab of cement and then like nothing, like just a drop down. Like,
It's fucking crazy.
You guys are just like hanging off the side of a cliff there.
Yeah, you guys are fucking
But
nuts.
it made like the stuff that we see like in Laurel Canyon or Coldwater or Topanga look like silly. I mean,
Really?
Yeah, it was just
Fuck.
looked like nothing,
That's got to be so much rebar.
Yeah.
So much rebar, dude.
But imagine just like not even having like a side or anything to your house. Like you basically have a front door and then you have this wonderful view, I'm sure, through the back of the house. But you can't, even climb down the side of your house because it's just a straight drop.
Yeah.
I don't even know how the fuck they built this thing. It's just like
all scaffolding.
Yeah, hanging off the side of a cliff.
There's like literally like jacks.
Yeah.
That you can raise really high to like how they build the freeways and shit.
Yeah.
They hold it up, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool stuff that they can do.
Engineering is crazy, man.
Yeah.
Well, what else is new, man?
Well, to keep going with the building, going up to like Washington, whatever.
Yeah.
The right there, like Packers Bay by Shasta, they've been building a bridge, so that was pretty cool to see. They hang a whole net like tarp under it, so if anything falls, it just falls into that netting.
Oh wow!
And so they can walk and work under it.
Is that how like they end the day by just jumping into the net?
Yeah, that's how they work on those things.
5 o'clock quitting time.
Yeah,
see ya.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah, cool, man.
Yeah,
sounds like you had a fun trip.
Yeah. Just keeping it real. I was a little under the weather.
Where are you going on the next run?
I don't know. Oh, I'm going up to Chico to pick stuff up, and then I'm going to Vegas.
To where?
Chico. Yeah.
Cool.
NorCal.
Did you in all this like crazy hectic schedule? Did you get a chance to watch the game yesterday?
Yeah.
The Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was rooting for the Falcons because the Patriots cheat a bunch.
Yeah, who wasn't?
Yeah. And then my buddy that I was at the bar with, he's a Falcons fan, like long time Falcons fan.
Right.
He had like an old ass jersey on.
Oh, that's right. You said you were watching at the chop shop.
Yeah.
The chop house.
Yeah. So I was just kicking back there. It was
how many Patriots fans were there?
Actually, quite a bit. Like one of my buddies, I watched his Snapchat today, and he's like, "Fuck yeah! I lost faith in the Patriots, but fourth quarter they brought it back. I'm so fucking happy. Pats for the win!" And just screaming his head off like 5-7 Snapchats. It was fantastic.
Damn. I just the only thing I don't understand. Well, I mean, I don't like it. I don't like that overtime rule where the Falcons didn't even get a chance to touch the ball. You know, like come on.
It's horseshit.
I mean, I guess if the Patriots had scored a field goal, they would have had a chance. But since the Patriots scored a touchdown, that just completely makes it a sudden death type of game, and the game's over.
Yeah,
I mean that just seems like total bullshit. I can't quite
understand.
Seems
kind of like they cheated, huh?
No, but I just can't quite understand why like that rule, especially for the Super Bowl, would be in effect, and why nobody would like, take. I don't know, like. Where was I don't know. I think I wanted someone on the Falcons to be like, filing an official complaint over that. Yeah. It just doesn't seem fair. I mean,
it seems like the stupidest thing
I wanted
ever.
the Falcons, but if I was living in Atlanta and I was a diehard Falcons fan, I'd be livid over that.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't even get a chance to touch try to get a touchdown ourselves and try to tie it up.
Yeah, no, definitely.
That rule is, I don't know, maybe during the regular season, but for the Super Bowl, I mean, that just seemed like a silly rule.
Yep.
I don't know.
I agree.
And it just seemed like, wait a second, did the Patriots just win that?
Yeah.
That's it?
Right?
Like, the Falcons don't even get a chance?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just, it felt like the rug had been pulled out, It almost kind of felt like the election.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell just happened?
2017. Handed it to you by the ass.
We're continuing on with the shocking outcomes here.
Yep.
I don't know. I think everyone's just kind of sick of, they were comparing on the sports show that I do at KLOS. They were talking about how the Patriots are very similar to the Yankees. Like everybody hates the Yankees because they're just a winning team.
Yeah,
and they have all these championships, and the golden boy Tom Brady is just like too perfect. He's athletic, he's good looking, he's got the hot wife, he's got this, he's got that, like the charmed life. The life of Riley. And it's like. All of America is just like, all right, enough already with this guy.
Yeah, no, definitely. Everybody wants to hate.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate the guy, but I mean, he's obviously, you got to admit he's very talented and definitely. I don't know if he's the greatest quarterback of all time, but I would definitely put him in the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah,
he's in the top 4, obviously. Yeah, it could be. I think it could definitely be argued that he's one of the best. Or the best.
Definitely.
But I don't know. I think I'm kind of old school. I still go with Joe Montana.
Yeah. No, but also, like, there's been some confuckery with that team in the past couple the past couple Super Bowls, you know what I mean?
Did you just make up that word?
Yeah. So, like once upon a time, there was a flattened ball a couple years back, last time they were there. And then I think
he was penalized this season for that.
No shit.
He was suspended for the four games because of the deflate gate.
Again?
No. It's just when they enacted his punishment. It's the first 4 games of this season was the punishment for that deflate gate last season.
Okay.
Yeah, that was fucking bullshit.
And then they won that shit. It's like,
well, I mean, how embarrassing was it when Roger Goodell had to basically come up and shake his hand after the Super Bowl last night and congratulate him. Like the whole crowd is booing for Goodell as he's handing him the trophy and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean you got to eat some crow, but
what are you going to do?
He's Tom Brady. I mean,
fucking Tom Brady.
I mean, but how must have Roger Goodell felt like that whole game? He must have been like, all right, fine. I don't have to deal with Tom Brady now. But then the guy comes back. Oh man, guy put 31 points up on the board in the second half. Just unbelievable.
That's crazy.
I mean, I guess, that's why I said that the argument could be made that he's, the top echelon of quarterbacks. I mean, the only other quarterback I ever saw that was reliably excellent like that could come back and that you just knew and had faith that every time that they were down and the fourth quarter was coming around, that this guy was going to take it to the house was Joe Montana. When Joe Montana had that fire in his eyes and they were driving down the field, you just knew this shit was going to happen.
Yeah.
And it happened so many times that it was like, old reliable. Like, oh, he's going to do it again. I guess, it was kind of like how Tiger Woods was back in his heyday. Like, oh, Tiger's going to win it again.
Yeah, Tiger would kill it.
It was a slam dunk.
I actually got to go see Tiger live one time. That was pretty neat.
Did you?
Watch pro in action. Yeah, me and my dad went.
That's one thing I've never done is gone to a
pro golf.
Yeah, like an official golf.
It's kind of boring, and you got to be quiet. Like they tell you to shut up.
Yeah, they hold up those signs or whatever.
Yeah, they literally shh, shh. Tiger's on the green. Shh. Like they'll shush you. You kind of want to just kick him in the nuts, but that's what it is.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But yeah, that game was definitely the Super Bowl was definitely. I mean, I don't know. I was rooting for the Falcons as well, with 90% of America, so it was a little bit of a letdown. But I mean, all in all, it was an awesome game. You can't complain about the actual game. The game was close. It was competitive. It was really fun to watch. And Jay threw a pretty good party. So. It's cool.
Yeah, the Falcons were super strong in the beginning, man.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened, man. It was just I think they rested on their laurels, and everybody was blaming Lady Gaga as well. So
yeah,
as soon as Lady Gaga came out at halftime, everything went to shit for the Falcons.
Lady Gaga fucking up.
But
everything.
it was just so funny because they were featuring the Falcons and showing. I guess they had hired these. The Navy SEAL crew or the Marine, the Green Berets or whatever. I don't know. I think it was the Navy SEALs that they basically went to this leadership camp or something and brought the whole team for a 4-day weekend. And they basically all, powwowed and rallied around the team concept. And they were trained by these Navy SEALs and how to bring the brotherhood together and work as a team. And they were talking about how that really went beyond that 4-day weekend and it just kept carrying on throughout the whole season. That 4-day weekend really affected these guys. Yeah. And
that's rad.
And it brought them so much closer together in this team building thing, which I totally believe in. I believe in that form of leadership and team building. That team building is crucial. But I mean, I'm talking about team building where they were lifting these, telephone pole size logs, all together, these, massive weight and everything. And the coaches were involved and the staff was involved. It wasn't just the players. It was the quarterback all the way down to the lowest level and then all the way up to the highest level. The coaching staff was getting involved. So it was just bringing everybody together. It was just, like a family.
That's cool.
And I thought, man, especially after they won, 2 weeks previous, it just seemed to me like they were the team of destiny,
Yeah. Oh, it felt that way.
This underdog team, and
yeah, it felt that way. The first quarter, at least. These guys got it.
At halftime, when it was 28-3, I was like, "Holy shit, man! They really are that great." And their offense is great, but man, it just I don't know. It just seemed like some weird anomaly with, the Patriots again coming back.
And then it all just happened so fast.
That catch, my God, what was it? Edelman, whatever, the catch that he picked off like an inch off the ground. That was just ridiculous. I mean, there were some great catches from both teams actually in that game, but yeah, that was silly. And I think, the argument can be made, and I say this with a lot of team sports, especially basketball. You see it a lot in basketball, but there's a lot to be said about momentum shifts.
Yeah.
And momentum shifts have a lot to do with the mental aspect of sports, because once the momentum shifts and you feel like you're mentally kind of out of the driver's seat, you're kind of fucked.
Yeah, lost control right there.
Yeah, and it happens in individual sports as well. I mean, like I was an avid, I still am an avid racquetball player, and racquetball games you can have 10 different momentum shifts within one game.
Wow.
Where all of a sudden you go on a streak and you get 3, 4, 5 points, and then all of a sudden you can't hit it. You can't hit a shot to save your life.
Yep.
And the other guy is scoring a bunch of points. And it's just about these momentum shifts. And like I said, you see it a lot in basketball where like a team will just shut down. They can't hit the broadside of a barn. And then the other team is just like sinking baskets. That's I was just seeing in basketball, you see like these runs where a team will just be like 16-0 run over another team,
Yeah.
That's a huge momentum shift,
Definitely.
But yeah.
Do you still go to where Spectrum was? The racquetball world?
Oh, the racquetball with the concrete courts.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that place. That was actually one of my very, very first jobs that I had when I was about 17 years old. I worked at Racquetball World. This it was in the 80s, it was the heyday of like gyms and stuff. And it was just like, you felt like you were such a boss working there.
Nice.
Yeah, it was cool. But, yeah, they didn't really change too much of the racquetball courts over the years there between when I worked there in the 80s. Because I went back there probably I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. We had, a bunch of friends got together. We had this big tournament amongst our friends. And the courts were almost exactly the same. These concrete courts. Yeah. It's like prison courts.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's what it feels like.
You could see guys playing handball or something.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, you definitely don't want to in racquetball, it's with the newer courts, you can do a shoulder slam into the wall and still be fine. But I definitely wouldn't recommend it into these concrete walls. But yeah, it's a great sport.
Definitely, it's fun. It's you just think racquetball, but it's actually super duper physical. You got to be ready for that shit.
It uses everything, man. You're using tons of cardio, obviously running around, but it's a lot of sprinting running. It's not. Yeah. It's obviously not long distance running. You're sprinting, side to side, forward and back. But yeah, and it's a lot of just eye-hand coordination. You gotta, it's a lot actually. There's a lot of body mechanics in racquetball, similar to golf. A golf swing is so fraught with so many different body mechanic. If you mess up one little thing, whether it's in your grip or how you're holding your hands or your shoulders or how you're torquing your torso, whatever, I mean, it'll fuck up your swing.
Yeah.
And the ball will just, shank to the left or the right. And it's the same thing with a racquetball hit. If you want a straight kill shot in racquetball, your body mechanics have to be flawless.
Uh-huh.
And if you tweak it in any way, if you're turning your body the wrong way or if you're holding your racket even the wrong way, it'll fuck up the shot. Yeah. And the ball will just go, astray. But yeah, it's a great sport. You get winded.
Yeah, good times.
I got to get back in there. Actually, I haven't played in quite a while. But
good times at racquetball. I've been at racquetball in a minute. I think you were there the last time I played racquetball.
Oh yeah, you and Jay Infamous used to come play. I used to train you guys.
And at Spectrum, yeah.
Yeah. The old man was coaching you guys.
Yeah, good times. Good times.
Do you still play?
No, I haven't played since then.
Oh, wow.
Because after that, I got in my accent. You know what I mean? So,
right.
No racquetball when you're broken.
And then Jay had his kid, so
yeah,
those were the end of the gym days, right?
He didn't have one of those fancy backpacks to put his kid in, and then a face helmet,
Oh my god! Yeah, I definitely got to get back into the racquetball court.
That show will keep you going right there.
Yeah. So you wanted to talk a little bit about the sneakerhead phenomenon and collecting shoes and stuff. And I can comment a little bit on that. We when I used to produce sports radio for NBC Sports Radio, we had a guy on that was like an official sneakerhead guy. He was an expert.
Oh wow!
Yeah, this guy collected Jordans and we had him on the air. He was an interesting guy, but I collected Jordans all the way back from the 80s, the original Jordans, and sold a large part of my collection with that. But yeah, I mean, I don't really collect shoes anymore. I honestly can't even remember the last stuff. I just totally got so out of that whole thing. It got so overwhelming. Like in the 90s when they started making all these retro Jordans, and instead of just having 2 variations, you had like 20 variations, and I was just like, this is ridiculous. I don't know how anybody could keep up. It's very similar with like other collectible things that people are into, whether it's toys or comic books. I mean, they'll just oversaturate. When something becomes popular, they just tend to oversaturate, and that's what happened with shoes. But then they got, I think collecting shoes got so exclusive, with like the Huff variations or like the Supreme stuff, where like people are freaking, waiting in line for 2-3 days for this like one super limited, Nike flight shoe or something where, they're not even going to wear it. They're going to just try to resell it on eBay for like $3,000.
Yeah.
I mean, there are shoes that go for that much. I mean,
that's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I still have, I don't know, well over 50 pairs of shoes, but
hot dog.
I only wear like 2,
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool because, as we mentioned, that member from the Infamous Chronicle, I don't know what his nickname is. I forgot.
Jester.
Jester. That's right. He's kind of inspired me to go digging into my, what little is left of my collection and inspired me to start wearing some more of these shoes. It's funny because, this whole conversation, why I even brought these shoes into Show Jester tonight, was because my Converse, which I was kind of living in Converse and Vans and like just crappy, like casual shoes for a long time. And my Converse were all beat to shit. And I was like, man, I got to go to, get another pair of Converse. And then I was thinking to myself, no, I don't. I got like so many pairs of shoes that have been sitting in my closet for 15, 20 years, brand new in the box. So I went in, I found this pair of Pumas. And, I wore them over to Infamous Jay's house here. And Jester was like, wow, are those original Easy Rider Pumas? And I'm like, yeah, man.
I was here for that.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I just brought these out of the closet after like 15 years. He's like, damn, man, they don't even make those anymore. So I got totally pumped up and inspired to like, go digging for some more relics in the shoe collection. But It's kind of funny because, I don't know, these Pumas that I'm wearing, these Easy Riders, like, it's true. I mean, they're super, super comfortable. They might kind of look like old man walking shoes, but they kind of resemble like the Nike Cortez, if that's a good reference for our listeners and for you. But
absolutely, they look very similar. They're very similar.
Very similar to Nike Cortez. But they're super, super comfortable. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool when you can, take out a pair of shoes after 15, 20 years and rather than like, oh man, I'm going to sell these on eBay. I'm like, all right, I'm going to just put these on and wear them. That was the whole point in the first place of why I put them away. Yeah. It's like now I'm the only one walking around wearing Puma Easy Riders. And it's kind of cool, It sets you apart.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, one day you're going to run to a sneakerhead and they're going to try to buy your shoes off you.
Well, I told Jester, I'm like, not only do I have this, I have the pair that I'm wearing right now is white leather with a navy blue Puma stripe on it. I told him, I've got another pair just like these in the closet after, they're brand new in the box, but it's got a white stripe.
Oh, wow.
So maybe that's the one I'll sell if someone were to stop me on the streets and say, hey, man, you got
the white on white.
But I'm looking at these Pele Pumas, man. The ones we were talking about earlier. I just don't know if I could ever wear those. These things are like, it's a work of art, man.
Yeah, they're something else.
Beautiful pair of shoes. Yeah, I don't know. This is the type of shoe I think could actually be worth something in a little bit.
Collector shoe,
because of the Pele thing, and it was a limited run of these Pele shoes. But yeah, it's a damn beautiful shoe. My God. Yeah, but you collected some shoes for a little while.
For a little while, when I first started making money, I was like, "Fuck it, bro! I'm just gonna be fresh all the time, dude.
Yeah.
New sneakers all the time, bro." Yeah.
What was your go-to?
I like the more like skate shoes because they're beefy and they keep you warm. And if you don't skateboard,
man, I used to live in Vans.
Yeah,
the Vans high top skate shoes.
Yeah,
I love those. I still have a pair of those.
Actually, I've been meaning to get another pair. My friend works at Vans, and she'd hook it up.
I used to love Vans because they were like one of the few shoemakers that made wide shoes, and I have a big fucking Fred Flintstone wide foot.
Me too. That's why they used to have a Vans store here in Simi, and it was like the outlet. It was a Vans outlet.
Right.
So they would have garage sales.
Sidewalk sales.
Yeah, sidewalk sales.
Yep.
They'd bring tarps.
Yep.
And just set up shoes, and you'd get
That's where you cash in, man.
Stupid
Get a pair
cheap,
for
dude.
$10, man, like the old days.
No, they were like $5 for like 3 pairs. Stupid prices.
What?
Dude, they would give you such cheap prices.
What kind of colors were you getting? Were you getting like
That's
crazy, ugly like colors?
You'd find the dopest stuff and just like stuff that was.
Well, I know what it was. I mean,
out.
most of the sidewalk sale stuff at Vans was usually like the rejects from the custom orders. Like people used to be able to go custom order Vans, and then they wouldn't come pick them up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, sometimes they would just be like, "Yeah, I don't want them."
But see, then you find the dopest shit for stupid cheap.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, when I was a kid, I don't even know if Vans still does it. I think they do it online, actually. But we used to be able to go into the Vans shop, and they would just put all these swatches of fabric in front of us and be like, if you wanted to custom make a pair of Vans back in the, the 70s and the early 80s when I was a kid, that's what we did.
Really?
So my brother and we would go, I mean, everything, Oggy. We could every patch that there was stitching was a separate color that we could do. You know what I mean? So we could do the toe, the heel different than the toe and different than the middle. And we could put a different, rubber thing around the side. Like I had a pair once. I was a big UCLA fan. Yeah. So I had one shoe. This is so stupid now that I think about it. I had one shoe that was yellow, blue, yellow. And then the next shoe was blue, yellow, blue.
Nice.
And then around the shoe, I put, like the rubber from Vans, and it said Van Doren. It was like, that was the official name of Vans, Van Doren. So I had Van Doren all the way around the shoe.
Nice. That's pretty rad.
Oh, it was ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, there was a guy in my, that used to take the bus with me back in middle school. This fool got, the high top skate shoes. We used to call them the snakes with that one stripe on it.
Yeah.
With the high tops. And I don't know what the hell he did. He made these shoes look like something out of like a court jester's outfit or something. It must have had 20 different colors on each shoe. It looked like a hippie pair of jeans or something, like with patchworks everywhere. Every section of the shoe had a different color, but it was kind of cool.
Was it custom or?
It was totally custom. Totally custom.
But did he do it himself or he ordered it?
No, he ordered it.
No shit.
Yeah. I don't. He must back in the early 80s. He must have still paid a pretty penny for that. I mean, we used to pick up Vans back in those days for I think they were $14.99.
Yeah, that
was the retail price of a pair of Vans in like 1981 or 82. It was like super cheap, $12, $14. So he must have paid, $30 for those. Yeah. And that was like a huge sum of money.
Yeah.
I mean, this, back when Levi's were like $10 too, so yeah, the good old days.
Back when they were worth $10.
Yep. But yeah, so you were collecting skate shoes, huh?
Yeah. I have all the new releases, bro.
Or like the newer brands like Etnies and what's
DC.
DCs, yeah.
I had a lot of DCs.
Yeah, DCs were comfortable shoes.
They're way comfortable. And then Globe, that was my shit back then.
Well, all those skate shoes were like super, super, super padded.
Yeah, that's what I liked about them.
You had to have them really padded and reinforced for all the skate tricks and stuff because no skater is going to buy them if they're going to fall apart after 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is why I think like the Nike skate shoes did really well. And the Vans, obviously, the high top Vans, that were the classics. But yeah, those newer brands would really pad the tongues and everything.
Yeah, I've never worn any of the Nike skate shoes. Those are comfortable.
The Nike SBs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are some classics. It depends. Like those are super huge on the aftermarket, the collector's market, because like I was talking about the Huff and the Supreme and all these like kind of exclusive shops that put out like super limited editions of the Nike SBs. The only Nike SB that I would pay extra money for, I don't know if you ever saw these, the band Dinosaur Jr., obviously.
Yeah.
Great band, Jay Mascis on guitar. But he's big into skateboarding and he loves, the color purple and greens. But they made these Nike SB Dinosaur Jr. shoes, and they're all like silver Ziggy Stardust looking with like purple.
Rad.
Yeah, purple trim with like silver.
That's way
super
cool.
dope. Yeah, and I don't know if you could even find them now, but if you could, you'd probably be paying at least $300 to $500. I'm sure.
Damn.
Yeah, they're very limited, very exclusive, but yeah.
Damn, bro.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money for shoes.
I know. I don't get it. I've sold shoes for way more than I sold a pair of shoes once for $1,500. Damn. But a pair of Air Jordans, some original 1992 Olympic Jordans. That is truth. Yeah,
that's the real deal.
Yeah, this was a pair I bought in 1992, and the original Air Jordans from 1992. It had his Olympic number on the back instead of his his real jersey number 23. It didn't have 23 on it like it usually had. It had the number 9, which was his Olympic jersey number.
So those things were special.
Yeah, these were. They call in the collector market. They call them dead stock. If they are still in the original box with the original tissue paper, with the original insert card, never been worn. So this pair was dead stock. Literally had just been on my shelf for 25 some odd years, 20 years, and I sold it to this guy for $1,500.
Damn.
And this guy, he saw my ad on eBay and he came down from Valencia, and this guy was decked out in head to toe Air Jordan gear, like the shorts, the pants, the jersey, like he had the warm up suit on, the whole
yeah,
yeah. He was like Air Jordan out. He rolls up in this big Cadillac Escalade, and I start talking to him. I'm like, yeah, so you're a Jordan collector? He's, oh yeah, dude, I got this humidified room at my house. I'm like, what? This guy would like seal up these Jordans in these bags, airtight. And he had this humidified room because what I unfortunately found out with shoe collecting is that they deteriorate.
Yeah.
And if you leave them out and they're not airtight, sealed, and in a humidified room like this guy had, they start to fall apart.
Yep.
And that happened to me. It happened to me with a pair of Adidas where the soles just basically they were like the consistency of like chewing gum.
Yeah.
They melted. The soles just melted.
The sides will start crumbling off.
Yeah. And then with my Air Jordans also, I went to I had I think an old pair of Air Jordan original 6s or 7s, the ones with like that you would pull up the tongue, And I was going to go to the Michael Jordan's I had tickets for Michael Jordan's very last game against the Lakers at the Forum way back. And I was like, oh man, I got to bust out those Jordans. I want to, wear those to the game.
Yeah.
And I take them out. They'd been sitting for a few years, and I look at the soles and they were just completely they were literally crumbling.
Wow.
In my hands. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. That sucks.
You're just like, And especially back in the 80s and the 90s when you were paying $100, $125 for these pairs of shoes, you want them to last for forever.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is this?
Those are the ones they made cheaper?
I guess. I'm sure they were all made in, China somewhere. But, shoes, just like anything, are not made to last, but especially shoes. And so this guy was smart, man. He I guess, knew how shoes, deteriorate like that, and had set up this room in his house, and
that's crazy,
temperature controlled, and apparently he had when he bought the Olympic Jordans from me, he told me he had about 300 pairs of Air Jordans sealed up.
Damn.
Like in some freaking museum. It just looked like a museum gallery.
No shit.
Yeah. I've still wanted to find this guy again, if I could find maybe one of his original emails that he sent to me and go see how many pairs he has now and go visit his house and check out this collection.
Cool. But like, hey man, can I smoke some cigars in here?
I mean, as crazy as it is, I mean, I have mad respect for that level of like fanaticism, you know? I mean, it's not something I would want to do. And I probably came kind of close, but like I said, I get out of collecting stuff like that when it gets too overwhelming, you know, like what I said before, like when it went from 2 variations to like 20 or 30 variations, I'm like, nah, I'm not even going to get on board with that. You can't keep up.
Yeah, it's too much.
But,
all right, but that's going to wrap it up for us here on the Martian Robot.
Martian Robot? I appreciate
Martian Robot.
I appreciate the little slight shout out there for Martian Landscape. Hey, by the way, I hit episode 50.
I seen that. Congratulations.
On the Martian Landscape. So I just wanted to kind of pat myself on the back there. We're still going strong, and there's a strong possibility that we may be doing a daily show of the Martian Landscape on Dash Radio. So I'll keep everybody posted on that. I'm not going to confirm it or say anything for certain just yet.
Keep your dash dials turned.
We'll let everybody know. And we will be back, hopefully, with all 3 of us next week on the Marching Robots. And we'll speak to you then.
Peace.